Now, I know you've probably seen out there, you're going to come here for a 5 minute strategy, and you're absolutely right. This is not bait and switch. We're not faking you out. You will get that information. You will get to see some of this stuff happening and how it looks and how it works and what we do and all that kind of good stuff. But we wanted to start to combine this process together with our 1 hour strategy and start letting you know what it is because it works too damn good not to tell you. And we believe in transparency with this company. Our 1 hour strategy works so damn well that we turned it into a signal base for our DEX family trading system of DEX signals. That's how well it works. Okay, so we took our own indicator and turned it into a signal delivery system for ourselves. Yes, that's right. We eat in the same kitchen we cook. Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to be showing you some people's accounts. Not want to say their accounts. I'll be showing their journals. I'll be showing you people making money, people trading in demo, people learning the process. I'm going to show you in stuff that, from what I'm doing to what they're doing. Now, of course, as the attorneys always say, you got to make sure you're to the letter. And no, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to tell you that this system is for your trade assistants. We're here to teach you how to trade. Okay, so use it wisely. Okay, don't take these risks that all these other people do. Well, I can afford to throw money at it to see if it works. No, you can't. Because you're not just throwing money away. You're creating a bad habit. You're trading without knowledge. You're trading without training. Okay? And that's going to lead to very bad habits later on. Okay? And then you can't come back and complain, well, I don't know why. In 4 days. You can't complain about that. You've got to follow the risk. You've got to follow the rules, the process that we deliver. Also, I'm going to show you some results from some very talented individuals, people that work very hard. And if you're disciplined and you're ready to make this work for yourself, there is no reason that you can't do it as well. That's why I don't like showing my own results, because I built the program and I understand programming, I understand trading, I understand the algorithms, I understand all that stuff. But this is not about me. This is about you making it. And if you haven't done all those things, how can you trust anybody and what they say? I watch all these companies that are out there that come out and they're like, all right, well, I made $10,000 today. Well, yeah, of course, you're a 10-year veteran trading and you're fanning out money on a bed. Come on. This is about how do I make it? How do I make it as an individual who has no experience in learning how to build it? Okay, I want to get the experience, but you've got to get it by doing. And so all results may vary. A little bit longer on the risk management, or disclaimer, but it is what it is. All right, so let's talk about what we're here for. Today is a very special day for us because we developed the 5-minute strategy with an indicator using a trend reverse and a few other systems in there. And in training you how to use this system, we wanted to let you know that on Nadex.com, they have a 5-minute binary that uses 4 assets that they're named right there on the chart. And out of those 4, you can create yourself a very lucrative training system in getting you trained very quickly. Why? Because we're using 5-minute binaries. And there's 12 opportunities an hour in a 5-minute binary. Okay. Now you times 12 by the 4 that are here, and that's 48 opportunities every hour to trade. Okay. It doesn't mean you're going to trade all 48, of course. It doesn't mean you're going to trade multiples at a time. So, like the average is that you could trade about 4 times an hour. And if so, how much training, how much experience do you get trading 4 times an hour, getting in and out of trades, seeing it begin, it middle out, and finish? That's a tremendous amount of experience. If you're trading on a 1-hour clock, they would take you 4 hours. If you're trading on a 2.5 on a daily, that would take you 10 hours. Okay, so this information that you get trading with this series, if anything else, is a great training process, right? So the pathway itself is really about training you in a 5-minute series that will show you the real power of the Nadex system, getting in and out, learning how to use the working orders, learning how to close out a trade using that system, and ours, training you on the indicators, how to follow the resistance, support and resistance, how to follow the trend reverse platform, all of it. And then after you get to a certain amount of trades, which we'll show you later, we apply an algorithm or an equation that we call CVG. Okay. And consistency plus volume equals goal is going to be your savior in your success story. And the reason why is because if you get to a point where you're doing a consistent amount of wins that you can count on every week, okay, because this will rear its head. It's called your net success ratio. And your net success ratio will tell you that, all right, out of those 100 trades, I'm going to win 90 of them. This is a number, okay? And it's a real number because there's people out there that are doing 90%. There's also people out there doing 98%, or in my case, 97.7%. Okay, so there are people that can do it. And if one can do it, two can do it. 2, 4, and 8, and 12, and so forth. Okay, so if you're doing 90 trades, or you're doing 100 trades and you're winning 90, and you're only losing 10. Okay, and this can yield you, right? Because you're doing 90 times, say, $20 per trade, about $1,800. Okay, now of course you're losing 10 at $800 with risk, so you're really making about $1,000 at this point. Again, there's other variables involved, okay? But you're still making $1,000. Now, if that doesn't seem like a lot for you for those 100 trades, you're only trading one contract a piece at that point. So how do you make 2,000? Anybody answer that? How can you make 2,000? Two contracts. How can you make 4,000? Four contracts. Are you getting it? This is why this equation is so damn important. You just simply reverse engineer. How much money do you need to make a month? And you could backtrack it to your consistency. How do you get this consistency ratio? How do you get this number? By doing the 5-minute trades, as many as possible, to learn how to do the system. Because the 1-hour system has anywhere between 94 and 98% success rate. Why? Because I have plenty of traders that are doing it, to tell you. And if you're not at those levels, then we teach you how to get to those levels. There's something small that's being missed. Okay, so this pathway is very important for all of you. Of course, the rules: 5-minute trading, no news trading, unequivocally, half hour before, half hour after. Don't trade the news. Why? Because in the news, the market goes like this, and when you're on a 1-hour trade, it may not look so bad, but when you're on a 5-minute trade, this looks like the whole world ended, right? You ever see those? Some of you that traded the news, you're trading on a 5-minute series, and all of a sudden it jumps 10 pips and it jumps off the screen. You're like, where'd it go? You know, and so you go nutsoid. You're like, the world just ended. No, you've just witnessed a news trade. That's it. Okay. So, secondly, we teach you what the 3 and the 4 and the 8 and 9-minute bars are. We teach you on that side. I'm not going to try to explain it to you right now because unless you're already doing it, don't worry. And even if you do get in and you can't understand it and figure it out, don't worry. We got a surprise for you. We got this system. And this is the 5-minute indicator series. It's going to come out and it's going to alert. It's going to track the trade like it is right here, just like that one just ended. Okay. It's going to track the trade with you. It's going to say, hey, get in at this rate and make it happen. You know, it's going to put up a little alert for you and everything else, right? That's in the advanced indicators. But don't worry, you're going to get that for free for as long as I can keep it free in the advanced side, right? I've kept the advanced side open now since we've started, and there's some great stuff in there. So yes, lots of great stuff happening for all levels of experience. Now, we'll also teach you how to engage in the strike price, what strike to get, when to scalp, when not to scalp. If you are going to become a scalper, take the Trader's Mind series that's inside Dex Indicators or Dex Signals. Take that series and take it all the way to the hilt, even before you start any of this stuff. And I put it in there for free, okay? And this should go to say a lot about our sincerity on how much we want you to be successful. We want you to learn, if you're going to become a scalper, if you like those 5 minutes and get in out and take my money and get my money, right? That scalping is very difficult. It's a balance, right? You have to scalp wins, but you also have to scalp losses. If you don't, if you're only scalping wins, it's going to be unbalanced. And you've got to remain balanced in this industry. On a sell signal on that 3 or 4 minute period too, you got to make sure that you add an extra pip because the indicative pricing is set a little bit higher, between 1 and 2 pips higher. So on spot Forex that we're delivering the information from, that indicative may be up here, but the spot Forex is down here. So you got to add the 2 extra pips on a sell signal. You don't need to add any pips on a buy signal. But it's always good to know that that extra cushion is there. How many times can I trade this in an hour? Well, of course, like we said, there's 12 opportunities in an hour, about 48 opportunities total with the all four trades for all four assets. Um, but let's be real, like we talked about, we're not going to be getting into them all, right? We're going to wait for our perfection. We're going to wait for the perfect ones to get into. Because training in your very beginning, you're here to try to learn how to do the system, but you're also looking to perfect it. Because once you perfect it, perfecting the 1 hour is one button click away. And I'll show you what that looks like inside. Remember CVG. So basically what happens with the pathway is that in the very beginning, we're going to ask you to trade 100 trades to get to your gross success ratio. And your GSR will help produce you what type of trader you are. And don't take offense, okay, that if you don't do well with the 5 minute, it doesn't mean that you can't handle this stuff. It just means that you need to have the trade system slowed down a little bit more, and you need some more practice in the process. That's all. That's all it means. It's just a gauge. So your first 100 trades, if in your first 100 trades, you're 80% and below, okay, then you still need to practice some more. So you need to take another 50 or another 100 trades to be able to get that ratio up there, find out what's going on. If you're still down below at that point, then you're doing something wrong in that network. In fact, if you get into about 40 or 50 trades and your percentage rate is below 80%, then there's something happening that we need to discuss. So book a consult. Don't suffer through it. Don't send me over a journal of 6,000 trades and you're at 60%. You know, you've suffered too much, right? You've created actually bad habits now. Okay, so if in your first 50 you're not above 80%, then we got to talk. We got to talk about the process, right? So 80 to 90% in your first 100 trades. This is setting you up that, hey, yes, you're doing okay, but we're still missing just a little bit, maybe too close to the news, maybe taking a little bit too much of a chance with getting into a sell. Maybe you're getting into too many buys, or we can look at the trades in there that you're keeping in your journal. And we'll show you how to do that as well. Okay. If you're trading between 90, and of course, nobody's going to do 100% all the time, right? But if you're doing between 90 and 98%, this is where the average is, right? This is where the multiple amount of people that are trading it between 90 and 98%. Two things. If you're in your first 100, you're doing this, you got it right out of the box. Congratulations. There's a group of people that do this. Okay. But remember, if you're doing it at this level, you could either continue on trading in 5 minutes to become successful in trading in real money later on, not after 100. Okay. But if you do this consistently in your second 200, right? Because there are flukes, there are people that do it and then do 75% in their second one, maybe because they get a little lazy or get too pushy with the process. But if by your third and fourth and fifth 100 trades, you start seeing your pattern, right? Here's what's going to happen. If you start trading between 90 and 98% right in this battle line, right, on the demo, and you start trading at that level, I'm going to ask you two things. I'm going to, one, basically everybody's going to be pushed to go to the 1 hour trades, right? But I want you to do a combo of both. You're going to sit yourself down. You're going to look at your trade journal. You're going to say, okay, I'm doing really well during the day, but at night, I'm not doing so well. Or I'm doing really well on a Euro USD. I want you to choke this down, okay, to what's perfect for you. What's your perfect trades? And only look at those. And then I want you to go to 1 hour trades on the strategy and start trading at that point. Okay. If you're trading between 80 and 90% by your second 100 trades, I'm going to really tell you, hey, listen, just go straight to 1 hour trades. Just go straight to the strategy for 1 hour trades and start trading. Don't even bother at this point. You've got the system getting in and out. The win ratio doesn't really matter at that point. What we want to see you be able to do is be able to get in and out of the trades easily. And by that time, you've learned how to get in and out of trades. Trust me. All right. Your round two of trading, your second 100 trades, you're going to be doing with 5 contracts. You're going to get your net success ratio. Okay. And this is what's going to tell you, this is what's going to set you apart from everything else. By maybe your 200th, 300th trade with some of you, you're really going to get a concept now. You're going to start feeling the way the trend fits. You're going to find those pairs you like better than other pairs. You're going to find time frames that you like to trade other than others. Okay. For those of you that have tight schedules and you can trade between a short period of time, this might be your life. To get so focused during that time that you're looking for 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes during a day to sit down at your computer or tablet or what have you and plug in this process and make it happen, right? That might be you. But learn how to make it before you try to make it easy, right? Suffer through the process of training before you try to put the wheels on and start flying and jumping off the house with a parachute, right? And all it is a bed sheet. You got to get the training in. All right. Lastly, you definitely want to be sharing your results with us as you go. Amy will get you a journal and get you on board and start share those results with me, and we'll start going through those motions with you. All right, so I talked enough. Let me jump over and start showing you some of the things in the process. First, what I'm going to show you is the 5-minute indicator that we're going to be doing for the signals, right? And these we call this our signals indicator. Some of you seen this in before. The signals indicator will pop up. It'll put up an alert like you just seen. We'll then take um, it'll give you a number. Okay, this is the alpha version, so I have like all of the digits in there. But on the buy on the USD JPY, we're only looking at these two, right? So 113.64, and as you see, 113.64 was the price for it to be at. So we were taking that price. It tells us how much time. And again, this is the alpha, and there's a lot of stuff running on my computer, so it's running slow at the moment. Um, let's get this back up here. So basically, you would have the screens up something like this. You would wait for one of them to alert and come on. The arrow would then appear. You would have this opportunity to get into the trade. Excuse me for 1 second. You'll have Nadex up easily enough, and you'll just get into the trade. I'm not going to get into any of the trades right now because it doesn't make any sense to show you losses on here because there is news, right? Because we looked at the news. There's 11 minutes to the Audi 2 points, okay? And we had the British Gold Pound, British Gold Pound released early, but we got about 11 minutes to this, so we want to avoid this, right? Because 2 bulls or more, we avoid the news, okay? But you can see plenty of live trades that are happening, and I'm going to be giving some of my senior level 2 people an opportunity to record their trades. I'm going to teach them how to record their stuff and how to do the videos and get all that stuff on, so we can start getting it into your um, into your solution. Okay, so you can see other people like you, not just me who can perfect it, but you, the average individual who's in this work. These are people that just came here just like you. Okay, all right, let's get you over and start showing you some other things too. The 5-minute strategy with the support and resistance, all the training is in there. Pretty powerful. As soon as you get to the membership portal, we were already on the membership portal. Go figure. Okay, there we go. Even on a free account, you can get in here and you can see Trader's Mind. Okay, this is that series I was telling you. If you want to learn how to do 5-minute scalps to get into a lot of trades, even before you start with us, no indicators, paid indicators are needed. They're done with 2 stochastics. We call it the double stow that I invented, and I show you how to use that system. This is how much we care about whether or not you're successful or not. Okay, because we're willing to give this to you for free. There's a lot of information in here, tons of it. Watch the videos, go through the process, do the trades. It's about 100 trades in there doing 5 minutes using the double stochastic. If you want to learn how to scalp, okay? Learning how to use MetaTrader, very simple by following MetaTrader Mayhem, and learning how to use Nadex with the Nadex Ninja series. All 3 of these are in there for free. Even before you sign up, you can sign up as a free individual, and even before you pay 1 single cent, you can go through all these processes, okay? There's a chat room on the site, okay? You go in and you can ask questions. Looks like Evan and a few other people have been in there doing really well, and I appreciate that. But once you buy in, once you get on board and you're able to get through the indicators and get through those solutions for you, there's so much. There's book a consult that once you buy in, you're able to book a consult and you can do a senior consult, indicator consult, and also remote access if you're having problems, right? We want you to be successful. I don't want you to toil over this stuff. If you can't download it, you can't get it figured, don't worry. Okay, there's other solutions, right? There's Dex Trader, there's Dex Signals, and I'll talk about that here in just a moment. Okay. All right, what else? Under the strategies, we have the two mainline strategies on. We have the DEX intraday strategy and the DEX 5-minute full circle. You'll go through these two. You'll start out here, and then once it's time, you'll graduate into the intraday. And by the way, you know how easy the intraday is to get started? Watch this. Here's a 5-minute. Here's an intraday. Did you guys miss that? 5-minute intraday. Pretty wild, huh? So, how easy is it to get into an intraday? One button. That's how easy we made it. 5-minute intraday. I can't make it any simpler than that, right? Do you want to see results? Let me show you results. We'll just go straight to Ken because I know Michael's been testing as well, and I'll show Michael's as well. But here's Ken's results. Let me get. Oh, this is for the flag and pennant. We'll talk about that here after the webinar if you want to. Dex 1 hour, right? Dex 1 hour. Okay, so let's show his 5 minutes. This is his one. He's got 100 trades in here. Look at this, 100 trades. I love how he sets these up. 100 trades. He's broken it out to what each one's one. It looks like how do USD looks like it has the best ratio for you. Looks like Auto USD does, yeah. So 90% success rate trading 5 contracts apiece, $5,610. When did he start with this? On the 10th of November to the 5th of January, 5th of January, 5th, or 1st of December. So just under about 20 days, right? 20 days of trading, $5,610, 90% success rate. Okay, simple, 90 and 10, right? He's into a second branch of 500, or third branch, I think this is, and is sitting at 15 trades and 1, 15 and 1. So 93.33, not too shabby. Right? So these are his 5-minute trades, which leads him into shebang. This is the big one, right? And now he was using the indicator series, and I'm going to show this, but I want you to know that this can happen too, right? With the DEX family trading systems, this might perfectly happen for you, okay? Because it happened to me. I built the thing, and I did this. I went from indicators to signals, and back to indicators. I trade some of my trades on indicators, and I trade some of them on signals. So he was doing indicator series up to right here. So he did 34 and 2 on the indicator, okay, which is not bad. That's a really good ratio, right? 34 to 2. So 34 divided by 36 equals 94.4% success rate, right? And then he got down and he started with the new signals from Dex Signals because he has both of them. He has both signals and indicators, and he started trading from that position. So what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 and no losses, right? So that's 100%. But it doesn't mean you're going to do 100% if you get in there, right? Remember, all results may vary. And plus, he's just starting out over it. But he's only done from the 1st to the 5th. Okay, so that's how does he make 350? Right, 2 contracts, 700, 4 contracts, so forth and so forth. CBG, right? Okay. And all right, so let's go over and have a look at Michael's. And are you guys still there? Can you hear me? Okay. Sometimes if it flips back and forth, if I go too fast, there's a lot of little switching there. Let me pull up Michael's trades here. Doobie doobie doo. I got you. Okay. Let me get you over there. Here we are. Okay. So here is the, where did I just put it? Oh my God, I'm going nuts. There we go. All right. So this is Michael's trades. He's been doing the 1 hour series now, uh, and a little bit under duress, right? I had to force him to switch over from the 15th of November. I told him, I said, you got to get into the 1 hour strategy because your 5 minutes are doing awesome, but you got to get into the 1 hour. And started on the 15th and really just started killing it, right? Look at this 15-1, 17-0, 21-0, 27-0. Oh, had his first loss. I think he cried that day. No, I cried that day. That was really bad. But really, only 2 days into trading, he lost. He did 30 trades in 2 days. Okay, so this can happen. But he's this guy's a workaholic. He works all weekend and gets in and does these trades during the week. Tremendous, right? Another great disciplined trader. Gets in and starts just hauling off here, right? Did 2 contracts on that one, but started doing 2 contracts at this point, and now he's really starting to get the profit margin honed in. Okay, still no losses, no loss. 50-1, right? So we all know what ratio that is, right? This is 98% success rate. Now the numbers are skewed just a little bit because he's done a handful of them in 2 contracts, okay? But what a show, right? I don't even want to begin to go back through all he's done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of 5-minute trades to get to this point. Okay, but in 15 days, okay, 15 days, he's done $1,627. And you can't, he's going to go 3 contracts now, right? Because he's made his amount. He's gotten to his, look, he's gotten to a $16 profit margin. Every $800, he goes up 1 contract. That's his rule. Very powerful rule, right? So you gotta say to yourself, if this person is willing to do all this and show all this and show all this information and put this time in, right? We're on an honor system here. If this person's willing to do it and Ken's willing to do it, and there's a handful of other people I could show you that are in there doing it and practicing and making things work. If you can do it, you have to ask yourself, can you do it? And the answer should be yes. Unless you're computer illiterate and you don't understand the processes, maybe it's hard for you to see the screen or don't get in and out and you don't have the time or you're very impatient or you don't feel you'll be able to get it, you still got to smack yourself in the head and go, why the hell not? If you want something really bad, if you want to make it work, you got to clear all the bullshit out of your life and just say, okay, enough. If you really want to make this work, if you really want to be, I've been working at home for 9 years now, right? And I don't even need to tell you what I make. I have 2 homes. I have a couple of nice cars. You won't ever see me show you that laptop lifestyle thing. Okay. But the importance here is that I'm doing it, and I've been doing it now for 9 years. And if I can do it, anybody can do it, to be honest with you. But it's tough because sitting from your side, hearing the owner, somebody who developed it, say, well, if I could do it, you could do it. You know, you can't do it the way I did it by building a company and doing that. You could, okay? You could. I'm not going to tell anybody they can't do anything because that's how I started. They told me I couldn't do it. So I went and did it, and I punched them all in the face with it. But I'm telling you, as a trader, as somebody that we want to be successful here, that if you want to make this happen, you have to sweep all that other bullshit out of your life. And I'm going to talk real to you. I'm not going to pull any punches with you. There's a lot of you that can sit around and tell yourself all the excuses. Well, I got ripped off here and I got beat up here and this person lied to me and I got to have 95.6% success and I got to trade 3,000 trades a day. None of that means squat. Do you understand me? None of that means squat to you because it doesn't matter what you did in the past. It's what you're going to do now to make it happen. And if you're tired of waiting for somebody just to hand you something, you shouldn't be anymore because I'm handing you this. And this is one of the most powerful things that I've ever seen in the trading world so far. Yes, there are more technical companies. There's people out there who have 1,000 more years experience than I do. But nobody has our customer service and nobody has our will and our drive to build this for everybody that's here. We couldn't have built all 3 of these systems in here for the amount of people that we're building. Why didn't we just keep it one? Well, because to be honest with you, they all three need to be separate. The DEX signal system is killing it now with the intraday signals in there. DEX indicators is having a field day with the market. Where, in fact, if you type in Nadex indicators in Bing, we're on the first page above Nadex. I already had that conversation with Dan Cook about why are we, and very upset at this. Not really upset, but very astonished that company that's the DEX indicators has only been out for a month and a half. And why is it so big? Well, because we're sincere. We're really good at marketing too at SEO. We never pay for advertising. All of our stuff is organic. You either came to us through a social network or somebody invited you, or you've seen us online. You probably never popped in an ad in Google. You never seen us pay for anything like that. Okay, so let's talk about each one of these and what it is. DEX signals, who is it for? This is for those people that don't have a lot of time to sit down with the indicators and you just want, give me the signal, let me go to the site, give me some rules and done. That's what I do. DEX indicators. You may be a little bit more chart savvy. You like the software. You got a computer, you got the MT4, you got the understanding. You want to calculate, you want to formulate, you want to draw the lines out, you want to be happy with that. Great. DEX indicators is your place to be. But maybe you want a little bit of both. Okay. You want to be able to look at the chart, you want to be able to get a good ceiling, but you don't got a great computer. Or maybe you do have a great computer, but it's always being used by one of your kids. Maybe you don't have a lot of time. Maybe you're sitting at work. Maybe you only have a pad. Whatever it is, DEX Trader is going to be your place to be. Why? Because it looks like this. This is a web-based chart system. And we're creating this now into our user interface. Right now, this is slabbed into, this process is our own. It's our proprietary system right now that's happening. Ah, frustrating. Hang on one second. My alarms are bugging me today. But this is a proprietary system. We call this DEX Trader 2.0 with the charts that you're able to go through and click through and get to your charts, right? But these are all what we call not static charts, but they are it's real-time information. But if you switch the page of your chart, if you put on indicators, that stuff on it, it will disappear. This is phase one that's being released right now. Okay, we're finishing up on some last little proprietary stuff and the DPC. Okay, the data processing center is what's going to tie all this together. And why that's so important is because when the signal comes over and you're able to look at the chart, you'll click on the asset and it'll bring you to the best of. And the best of will be what's the best hour, how many pips it's always been ahead, what is the best session rate, what's the best overall pair that's in there. And you can, and so it's way more entailed than what the information is here with. Okay, so you get to have all this information at your fingertips. And why is that so important? Because you're not firing up MT4. It could be drawn out on an iPad or a pad. If you would turn it to the side and there it is. There'll also be that if you have a pad, you'll be able to click on a button. It'll pull it into the pad view. It's very, very powerful. And that DPC, that's data processing center, is going to give you so much information when you're able to make that trade, when you're trading dailies or intradays, and even when we get the second phase of this going, your 5-minute series will be in here as well, and you'll be able to add that directly to the chart. And you'll have a place to put an email and even your phone number for a text SMS in phase 3. Now, phase 1 is being released tonight and tomorrow. Phase 2 will be sometime around the middle of December. Phase 3 in the beginning of the year. Phase 4 to be in the middle of January. And the final phase, phase 5, will be in the beginning of February, and we'll all be on track. And that system alone will be bringing millions of people to this process, thousands of people into the charting world, okay? Because it will develop into 2 versions, one for Nadex and one for Forex. And that's where we take this to the next level. And everybody that's here right now that buys in, that is bought in to DEX indicators or DEX signals, if you are paying about 100, because there's a reason why everything kind of comes back down to the number 147, right? So if you're paying for DEX signals or indicators and you're paying the full amount of 147, okay, and you're getting one or the other, you also get Dex Trader for free. So you can get in there and engage it. If that's what you want to drop the other two, that's completely up to you. And you just want to pay the 147 for the Dex Trader, that's completely up to you. Okay. If you want to buy all three separately, I don't care, because you're becoming an investor to the network and to the company. And that is what we can really appreciate from all of you. Because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have been able to build all three of these processes. Now, what's coming? What other Dex products coming? Well, all right. I'll give you a look see. Okay. Do you remember the flag and pennant? Yeah, the flag and pennant's pretty cool, right? Because we'll look at Ken's trade on the flag and pennant. Look at these numbers. The flag and pennant can get you 45, 52, 70, $30, 45, 45. Look at these numbers for per contracts, right? Incredible. These are at the money prices. And at the money, called current price trading, like the flag and pennant does, can also be used for Forex. And we're turning it into a signal. And we're turning it into a signal indicator strategy as well. And that will be here by the middle of December. So if you're a DEX signals person, you're loving life. Your DEX indicators, you're killing it as well. And later on, for all you DEX trader people, all this stuff will eventually flow into you as well. So when the price is $297 for 247, I'm sorry, for DEX indicator or DEX trader, you'll still be paying your simple 147. Or if you bought into the others and you're getting it for free, you're even happier than anybody else because you got everything. Okay. Now, for those people that are also here to not only train and learn how to trade, you also want to create yourself part of the family. We have elite and senior trading. We're going to get you in. We used to charge money for that. Well, what it is Mel, it's very special here. Okay. If you're into DEX signals and DEX indicators and you're paying the full price of 147, okay, I think that's what it is, right, Amy? Is it 147? I think it right now is 147 for all three, but 147 for either side. Okay, yeah. But I thought we were doing a promotion. Oh, okay, that's what it was. All right, so it said if you have DEX signals at 147, you can get DEX indicators for $50 more. And if you have DEX indicators for 147, you can get this for $50 more. So it comes out to be 197 for all three, basically, because if you get those two, you get this one for free as well. That's what it was. Okay. So for right now, we're able to do that promotion. How you get all that to work out? I'm sorry, you're probably gonna have to talk to Amy and get her and get into the chat room or email her at cs@dexsignals.com for that process. And Dex Trader will be 197, I think. Yes. Well, again, when this comes out, we'll let the world know on how much and where at and all that kind of good stuff to start. All right. Okay. So there's the coupon. Save 50 on any of the processes. They all work, right? If you're going to get one and you want the other one as well, please, please, please contact Amy. There is some redundancy in there, but don't worry. Everything is growing out and solidifying and building up this foundation. So if you're here and this is what you really want, and this is what you want to be a full-time trader, you want to work from home. I've been doing so now for 9 years. In the past 2 years, myself, my brother, and Amy have been building this company, and everything that we put down is springboarding off a foundation, right? When we built Dex Signals back in May of last year, and we started to trail up like this, but we got hit really hard because we got to an idea that we just needed to add a bunch of people and give them really cheap indicate or cheap signals at like $7 trials and things like that, but we couldn't find the people to be consistent. So we had to come back and say, listen, we had to add on training. We had to add in customer service. We had to add in the process on being able to book consults with people. We had to do the webinars. And once that started to happen, we went all the way down here to up here. Okay. And then once we added on DEX indicators, we didn't drop down. In fact, the opposite happened. It exploded. And DEX indicators that started out right here as well went up. So DEX signals went up and DEX indicators went up. So I can't even begin to tell you what it's going to look like when DEX Trader comes out. We're both all down here right now. Everything just might explode from this point. So we need to hire people. And who are we going to hire? Who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring in those people that are senior level traders with us because we trust you. You've worked hard to get where you're at. Become part of the company, partners in a way, profit share margin people. Pretty wild. We're the first company ever to do that. There's a reason why. Because we want you. We want you to be working with us in this safe environment. Do people leave? Absolutely. But they leave knowing that they couldn't do it, couldn't make it work. They didn't have the time, whatever the reason being. Not because we hurt them, not because we stole any money from them, but because in our sincerity to train you and help you, we really are meaningful when we say that we want you to be successful because we want you to help us become successful, even more successful. All right. So, for all of you that are watching this after the fact, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to join us and take responsibility for your job that you need to do. And that's the learning side. Sometimes listen to me ramble on and give you information might take you to that point. That's a good laptop, right? Great. Usually it never crashes. Cool. All right. So everybody else that's watching this after, thank you so much for taking the time. For everybody else, hang out in the room. There's plenty of questions to ask. There's plenty of things to share. There's plenty of things to talk about and to wander on. So just stick around and hang out. And everybody else, we'll see you in the funny papers. We'll see you again tomorrow night. I'm Max Farrell. This is Dex Indicators. We'll see you all soon.